Hey guys, welcome back to Mobile Legends Quick Guide. For today's video, I'm going to talk about the Revamped Grock in the Advanced server because he really piqued my interest. I know I'm a bit late on this one, so I will share my full analysis on him and also my thoughts about this newly revamped Grock. Starting from his passive, it still gives him a shield, but now, he has a bar indicator that when fully charged, it will let him to unleash an enhanced area basic attack, kind of like his ult first skill that will deal damage based on the enemy's max HP. And what's interesting is that the percentage-based damage can be increased by building physical defense items. But please note that this HP-based damage is capped at 600 at max, so Grock won't become really overpowered for a tank hero. As for the bar indicator itself, it will recharge 2 times faster when Grock is near any terrain. Now whenever Grock has the shield, he will receive bonus additional defense. And the shield itself will replenish together with his enhanced basic attack bar indicator. So if the shield runs out, Grock will need to unleash his enhanced basic attack first to be able to regain the shield. And yes, his enhanced basic attack can be triggered even without a target, so be careful because you don't want to waste it, especially before the fight is about to happen since it has a pretty long cooldown. And please note that any source of shield other than his passive won't be able to give him the bonus defense. But if you stack 2 sources of shield, for example Bloodwings and his passive, when Grock takes damage, the shield from Bloodwings is the one that gets depleted first, so he still has the bonus defense from his passive. I think this is somehow good when combined with something like Matilda's second skill on Grock XP. On top of that, now whenever Grock uses his skills, he will gain a brief CC immunity. When timed well, he can easily escape from some crowd control skills. Moving on to his first skill, he will now swing his totem, knocking back any enemies in front of him, and when the enemies hit any walls, they will get knocked out. Now for his second skill, Grock will summon a stone wall at the target area that deals damage and can be cancelled now. If enemies get hit by the inner side of the wall, they'll get knocked toward us. But if they get hit by the outer side, well, they won't get knocked. As for the knock range itself, I think it's pretty far, so when Grock tries to combo it with his first skill, the enemy somehow won't get pushed to the wall. But honestly, that's not a big deal since we're not hitting idle enemies in a real match. And still, it's really useful for catching enemies who is trying to run away. Anyway, if you aim his second skill at allies, they won't get pushed, so the knocking part only works on enemies including minions and jungle monsters. Now you might have noticed that whenever Grock tries to cast his second skill, there's a brief delay. You can see it from the animation of him raising his hand, and during that delay, you won't be able to move. But the good thing is, you can still cast other skills without interrupting the stone wall summoning. For example, you can use the second skill followed by the first skill and a basic attack to burst down any squishy enemies, especially in early aggressive gameplay. For his ultimate, Grock will take a brief delay and then charge forward. It's still similar to his old ultimate but without the knockup part while charging. And when he hits any wall, the explosion is pretty insane. It has a massive area with great damage, especially if you're building him with physical items. What's more interesting is that while charging forward, you can still unleash his enhanced basic attack. Another interesting thing is that all of Grock's skills now have a brief casting delay. For his first skill, he needs to wind up a bit before swinging his totem. For the second skill, he has to raise his hand to summon the wall, and for the ultimate, he will need to take a stance first before charging forward. And because of the delay, he is still able to do flicker combos like he usually does with his ultimate, and moreover, he can also do it with his first skill too now. But I think I just found a minor bug in here, so when you do the first skill flicker combo on enemy near a wall, they don't get knocked up for some reason. Not sure why, but let's just hope they fix it soon. So what are my thoughts on this revamp? I think this revamp will allow Grock to play more aggressively, especially with that HP based damage on his passive. and I feel like he's now able to do more crowd control as well. Not to mention, his ultimate now has become pretty crazy in terms of area and damage. Now the downside is that, I believe Grock has become a bit harder to play because you'll need to time his skills well to avoid crowd control skills like Benedetta's second skill. As for the brief casting delay on his skills, although the delays aren't that much, they can still put him at a disadvantage in some situations. But hey, this is still in advanced server and I'm sure there will be more patches before he is released on the original server. So I guess that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching and see you around.